my lovely ones. Hey Facebook, hi YouTube, how are you? It is so good to be with you. Oh, my guides are coming in. And today's video is called What's Coming Soon in February. So I'm going to be doing a couple of things. I am going to be channeling some mediumship messages. I've been told that whoever watches this, these messages are likely to be for one of you. I've also got some messages from Spirit. And these are literally psychic messages that if you're watching this, they're probably going to be relevant to you. Hey, John. Mwah, lovely to have you here, gorgeous one. And I am then going to share some exciting news with you. Where's my granny blanket? My granny blanket's gone. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Right, so first of all, I am going to do some mediumship messages. Hey, Tracy. Hi, Jeanette. Good afternoon. Lovely to have you here. So I am just going to bring in my guide. Now, these are not necessarily going to be messages for people that are joining me live right now. These might be messages for people that are joining me later. I'm just connecting to the spirit world. Just bear with me. Okay, so I've got a lady in the spirit world coming forward. Feels as though she was sitting down most of the time, possibly in a wheelchair or had mobility issues before she passed away. I feel like this person passed last year and this is somebody's mother. I've got blonde hair, blonde white hair. Oh, she's lovely. I've got some like silver glasses. They're quite modern glasses. I certainly feel like there was an issue with her knees. I'm also getting the name Pam or Pamela is relevant to this woman's family. So this may either be the lady that is next to me. Come forward, sweetheart. This might be somebody in her family, but I am getting the name Pam or Pamela coming through quite strongly. So the first thing she's wanting to, and this is a message for her daughter, I feel, she's wanting to let her know that she's absolutely fine. Her legs are working now. She isn't walking with a stick. She's also found the daughter's father, so obviously dad is in spirit as well. And I feel as though they've got a beautiful garden. I'm seeing butterflies in this garden. They've got a beautiful garden. They've got a veranda as well, or a porch as well. So she's with her father, with the father. I don't know if they were married, but this is what I'm being shown. And I want to say that things are going to get easier financially for the daughter over the next 5 months. So this lady is coming forward. I feel as though she passed from a heart attack or a heart issue, but she had mobility. Okay, so I feel like she also had thrombosis. Thrombosis in her legs. I don't even know what thrombosis is really. So this lady is okay. So there's a birthday coming up as well. I feel like this is a grandchild's birthday. I feel like it's a male boy, okay? And I want to say that she is going to be there on this child's birthday. She is going to be there. And I feel like the grandchild is 11 or above. Okay, so thank you, darling. So I'm just going to see who else wants to come in. I've got a very tall gentleman coming in. And I'm hearing the name Mick, Mike, or Michael. Okay, this isn't the archangel. This is a human being. I feel as though this guy worked in the transport industry when he was alive. I feel like he passed a spirit 3 years ago. I'm being shown that he had a hit on the head. There was some kind of bump to the head when he passed, and I feel like his father met him. I feel like he came out of his body very quickly. He didn't believe in things like this. And he was very surprised to see his father. And I'm getting the name Bill or William with the father. So Mick is coming forward, and I feel as though this is a message for his granddaughter. So how old, right? Okay, so I feel as though he was in his late 70s, early 80s when he died. I feel as though he walked with a bit of a stoop, but he was still very active. I feel that he was active within his life. I feel like he liked to tipple or two. Okay, so this is a message for his adult granddaughter, and he is encouraging her to look for a new job. I definitely feel as though the granddaughter is in a situation where she's feeling stuck and is feeling as though she has no options available. And I want to say by April there is another job on the offing for you, but you have to going to get out there and you're going to have to look for it, is what I'm being shown. Okay, so I've got a gorgeous dark-haired, dark-eyed gentleman coming in now. Would you like to come forward, sweetheart? Oh, he's gorgeous. And what's your name? So the name I'm getting here is beginning with an R. So I feel like it could be a Robert, but I've got a predominant R. I feel like this man died after quite a long illness. I feel like he passed away about 4 to 5 years ago. This is a message for his daughter as well. And I feel like his daughter has been on her own for quite some time, and he is wanting her to get out there and meet new people. I also feel like his daughter is busying herself with everything that the family needs, but is not actually thinking about her own happiness. I feel as though there's been some health issues with the daughter that have been nagging her. I feel like he's encouraging you to get a second opinion. This is an American gentleman. This isn't a British gentleman. This guy is definitely American or Canadian, I want to say, because I can hear the accent. Feel like his brother is in spirit as well. And I feel like the two of them get up to mischief. I've got a grandmother in spirit as well. So I've got the whole family in spirit really coming forward, and they're really wanting, I feel like the daughter has had some disappointments regarding relationships. And I want to say, I feel as though your family is saying that you haven't met the right person yet. There's a very good chance that this is going to start out on the quiet and that you won't tell anyone. And I feel as though it's within the next year and a half that you're going to meet somebody that becomes very special to you. Okay, so those are the mediumship messages I have got at the minute. So I'm now just connecting with Orion, who is my amazing guide. And I'm just going to see what the majority of you have got coming up in February. Okay, thank you, Orion. So I hear Orion and I see him. So I feel like there is a need to cut loose people that are taking advantage of you one way or another. And I feel like a lot of you listening to this feel as though it's something that you can't do. Like you can't walk away from someone. You can't stop being there on the end of the phone. You have to stay there. Well, what I'm going to say is that this person is going to keep causing issues for you if you keep them in your life. And I actually feel like this is a male for most of you. This is a male that you might love very much, but for whatever reason, there needs to be a distance, at least for a little while. Okay, so I do have some financial issues coming to a head for some of you by around the 20th of February. It feels as though it's like lots of bills come together, and it feels as though, you're like, oh my God, what's happening? What is happening, he's saying, is that you are coming to the end of a cycle of chaos. And this literally, I've got another spirit coming in. I will come to you in a minute, my darling. Just stay there. Um, I've got three more spirit people coming in, so I will try to get to them. Um, so it's literally a case of doing what you have to do to get through February, because by May, June, you're going to be on a fresh path and there's going to be new financial opportunities for you. I also want to say there is a message here for some of you that I know are practitioners. I want you to start offering your services in your local community. Don't make the mistake of thinking that people don't understand what you do. People are not stupid, and people are actually looking for more hope and more inspiration. So for those of you that are listening to this that are healers or are psychics or are practitioners or just self-employed, and maybe you've been trying to find your business online, I want you to think in terms of your local community, because a lot of you are naturally very intuitive and you could give amazing readings. They don't have to be evidential readings. You can give amazing readings to people locally, and that can go in your back pocket. Okay, so the next message I have is that there's going to be some relocations around some of you. And I want to say that these relocations are to do with your work. And this isn't going to happen straight away, but I feel like this is going to be coming in around the middle of the summer through to September. There is going to be quite a lot of you that are coming to the end of where you're supposed to be, and you're supposed to start a fresh career wise. Okay, so one of the things that you might experience in February is cross wires. You may feel as though you're not appreciated. You may not feel as though you're seen. You may not feel as though people value you. This is one of the things that is necessary to get you out of where you are, because otherwise you would just stay there. So I have got a message for those of you that have got a female friend that is older than you, who is going around and around and around in circles. Not literally going around and around and around in circles, but like this is a female for some of you that is just not moving forward in her life. And they're saying there's going to be an emotional breakdown, and you may actually have to just help this person, and they may not actually ask for your help, and it's not a case of volunteering because they're proud. This lady is proud. It's like you've actually just got to step forward and help them take control, because I've got somebody with some depression, and feeling as though they're completely in it alone. And for some of you that are listening to this, some of you, it's going to be like a female friend or a female relative, but they're older than you, perhaps only by a year. But I definitely feel as though this is somebody that's tried their hardest to cope and has come to this point that they actually can't do it anymore. They're going to need somebody to sort of help them out here. I've also got a message. Don't be proud about getting debts written off. If you've got mounting debts and you're like, I don't know where this money is going to come from, this money is going to come later in the summer. But in the short term, if you need to create a payment plan, or if you need, I don't know what it's called, where you I don't like an arrangement. But I want to say, don't be too proud to admit that you can't pay what you owe at this point, because what I have more money coming in down in the summer, but I feel like you've just got to get in place what you need to, so that you're not overly worrying too much at the minute. I've also got some of you are going to have problems with your legs and with your hips and your lower back. A lot of that is to do with the strain of carrying on. A lot of you are carrying toxins in your pelvis that are actually causing finances to get worse. One of the things I'm recommending here is literally to get a massage, literally to walk more, have an Epsom salt bath, get that toxicity out of the pelvis area and out of the legs. That's one of the things that will start bringing more money in. Okay, so okay, I also have a couple of you are going to have an opportunity to be interviewed, or an opportunity to somehow, I've got a microphone being offered here. And there is going to be some work or money that follows this if you take the opportunity. Now, this is coming in March for some of you. This isn't for everybody. It can't be. But I do feel as though there's going to be a request for you to talk to people. This might be in your local community, this might be online, and I'm being told that this is the time when you should allow yourself to be seen and heard. Okay, so I have one spirit coming in, and this is of a young lady. And I feel like we've got the name Sarah or something that begins with an S. And she's beautiful. She's got long blondie hair. She's got blue eyes. I feel that she's in her 20s. I feel as though this beautiful young girl passed within the last 2 years. And I feel it was an accident that took her. And I just feel she's coming in, and I feel like she's letting her family know there may well be a new arrival within the family. There may well be a pregnancy, a baby. And I feel like she's giving her blessing for the whole family to move on and to look for the future. Okay, so that's what I am being given. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Regina. Hi, Megan. Hi, Michelle. So the other message I have for you all it takes is to believe that you will overcome your obstacles, right? Whatever those obstacles are. And I want to say to some of you, it's like last year you put in an awful lot of work trying to overcome obstacles and you didn't get the results that you wanted. And it leaves you feeling pretty shitty because, you know, it's like creating something from the heart and then nobody's interested. I'm going to say to you, this is something I understand because people have been and still are very hesitant about investing in themselves. People are not spending money on anything that they don't need to. I understand that, but it does make it hard if you have been, you know, trying to create something and the response has not been what you hoped it would be. You've really just got to be bloody minded. Hey, Lisa. Yes, I've got some information about a new course I'm going to be doing. So I've got a new website and I've got a new course that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to tell you all about that in a minute. So, all it takes is to be really stubborn and come back to anything that you really didn't manage to make work. Come back to it this spring. It's going to work this time. So one of the things I've done is I've written 4 books. I've got 2 more books to write. I'm getting those published soon. And it's something that I tried to do, but I had to leave it for nearly 7 months and come back to it. So by the time we get to sort of April, May time, people are really going to want to move on with their lives. You've got to be there ready. You've got to have something there to offer them when they're actually ready to take those next steps. So, you know, if you are a practitioner or a healer or a psychic or, you know, self-employed, or you've got a creative side and you haven't had the results that you want, please don't give up. This spring, things are going to get better. People are going to be actively looking as to how they can take their how they can take their life forward. So the other thing, you must listen to your soul's needs. You can't make things meant to be that are not meant to be. Fairly obvious. You know, if you're in a situation, whatever this is, and it's just the same as it's always been, and it's just not enough for you, if it's meant to be, it's going to come together this spring, or you need to let go of it, right? Don't waste your time anymore, whether that's a relationship, whether that is something you've been wanting to manifest and it just hasn't worked. You're not going to force something that isn't meant to be. But on the other side of things, if there is something that is meant to be, it will be an incredible success. I also want to say that the guide showed me June. You will succeed where career, finances, and providing for yourself in a new way is starred as successful. So that's the reading that I'm doing. So if you want your own psychic guidance, you need to come and join me and the gorgeous Renee Atkins tomorrow night at 6 o'clock UK time, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We are going to be pulling cards for everybody that shared the post. So all you've got to do is like and share the post. Share the post twice. Comment to tell us that you did. And there's a post on my page here as well. You can share that. That's absolutely fine. And you're going to get one card pulled by Renee, which is about what's coming up for this spring. And one card pulled by me, which is what you need to watch out for. So I'm going to be the bad news fairy. Long as I'm a fairy, I don't care. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I've got a new website. My new website is called psychicsheelaghmaria.com, and that is full of email readings, and they're a bit lower in price. So we've got a mediumship reading if you want to hear from your loved ones. We've got a spirit guide reading. There is a 6-month reading. There is a soulmate reading, life purpose reading, loads of different readings on there, and they're all about £33. So you can absolutely check that out. The other message I have got is that, or the other announcement that I have, which I'm super excited about, in March, I am going to be hosting my Spirit Guide Medium course. And this is where I train you to identify the spirit guides of the people that you are doing readings for and be able to give an entire reading from the spirit guides accurately without any kind of cards. So part of this course, I'm going to keep it low price. It's not going to be ever so expensive. It's going to be about £100, £110. It's not going to be much. This is going to be an opportunity for you to learn to give readings purely with your spirit guides, but to be really constructive. So, you know, people always want to know what their life purpose is, and they always want to know who their spirit guides are. That's what I'm going to train you to do. So it is Spirit Guide Mediumship. That is going to be the course that I'm launching in March. And there are only 6 places. If you want to join, it's yeah, they're telling me it's going to be £110. It's not too much. That needs to be in one payment. We will be starting that around the 20th of March, and you will have the opportunity to do test readings for people. You will be expected to turn in a assessment before you are certificated as a spirit guide medium. So that is going to be a lot of fun. So if you're wanting to take the next step with your spiritual gifts, you absolutely need to be on that course, because there's not that many people there. So for now, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful evening. Come and join me and gorgeous Renee tomorrow night, but you need to share the post if you want to get personal psychic advice. So I'm going to wish you all a wonderful evening. If you're in spirit modality, I will see you very soon. Lots of love. We love you. Bye for now.